What's good, people? This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and this is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. I had something on my mind, and to be honest with you, I'm going to share something that comes from a real personal source. But I really feel led to make a video on this subject. And this subject is justifying the wrongs of others. You know, the heart is a funny thing, and love can truly make you blind. You know what I mean? Love can truly make you blind. And I'm not talking about love as in, a relationship between a man and a woman. I'm talking about love like between a child and a parent. For instance, I know dudes that I grew up with. A couple of them had dads that were players. And they would see their dads doing some wrong things as far as stepping out on their mother. And rather than be mad or upset or feel betrayed, they will keep their father's secret. And that's just plain old wrong. It's wrong. Also, I know a mother and daughter that when it comes to each other's faults, they won't see it. They will not see each other's faults for nothing. I'm talking about have each other's backs to the T. To where as though if the daughter's doing wrong, the mother's going to have her back. Or if the mother's doing something wrong, the daughter's going to have her back. And this is just wrong. I know that nobody is perfect. And I know that parents make mistakes. People aren't perfect, like I said. Children make mistakes. And I understand loving somebody and respecting somebody. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. If you can't call somebody out on their wrong in love or respect, or even worse, if you justifying somebody's wrong, you ain't no good. Like straight up, you ain't no good. But I'm going to share the scenario that really led me to this video. Okay. There's a married couple. And this married couple, I don't know, they really been married for the long haul. But their marriage is one of resentment. But they're still holding on to one another. And when resentment is in the hearts of a spouse, dangerous things happen, The detachment, lack of respect, honor, all that stuff is gone. You know what I mean? spouse can just be totally detached, and there's no real love or respect or honor there, you know. And in this case, let's just say one of the spouses on the low has been flirting with a coworker. Mind you, it's nothing serious, but being honest, if you married and you just playing around with a coworker talking about giving me some or hooking up, that's a violation. You know what I mean? That's a violation. I don't care if you didn't mean it, you know, it doesn't matter if you never went through with it. But the fact that you being a married person and you were approached a member of the opposite sex talking about sex with them or them having sex with you, jokingly or seriously, that's wrong. And me personally, if I'm married and I got wind that my wife did something like that, I'm done. I'm done. And some may think that that's too extreme, and some may think that, you know, being too strict, or if they were just playing, it don't mean nothing. If it didn't happen, it didn't mean nothing. Like, nah. Nah, I don't play them games. I've been down that road. And what did Christ say? You know, a good tree can't produce bad fruit. A bad tree can't produce good fruit, you know. There's some issues of the heart that make a person say what they say. You know what I mean? So, personally, if that happened to me, like, I'll be out. But anyway, back to the story. There was a spouse. I said the person's a spouse. You know, the person could be a he or she, it doesn't matter. Spouse, he or she made advances to a coworker. Some nasty advances, some sexual advances. Now his or her mind, he was just playing around. But whether playing around or not, if a married person is that bold to go up to another and want to talk about being intimate with somebody else other than their spouse, that's wrong. That's messed up. Anyway, that happened. And months down the line, the spouse that made that sexual advance to someone outside their marriage, their spouse ended up flirting with somebody, but did so in a way that it got back to the other spouse. It got back to the spouse that was playing around, you know what I mean? The so-called playing around, making sexual advances. When that spouse heard of the flirting, they got mad. They got highly upset. And, you know, felt embarrassed at work. It got back to him on the job. Got back to him in the church, you know, really got back to him. You know, really got back to him. And spouse was devastated, you know. And the son or daughter of the spouse felt a certain way. Felt that their parent, father or mother, really disrespected their other parent by flirting with somebody, while flirting with somebody on that person's job, and they got back to the church and they got back, circulated through the job and got back to the spouse. But you're mad at that one parent for flirting. But was okay knowing that the other parent that you're siding with was being flirtatious too. And it was beyond the compliment that got circulated around. It was talking about getting nasty. And the child is in between both of the parents' error, but only blames one, but only convicts one parent of the error because they're tight with the parent that they're siding with. So the parent that they're siding with was the one that made those sexual advances, so-called, just playing. But that's the parent that the child is siding with. So she would just condemn the other parent that was flirting, but will say nothing about the parent that basically was talking about getting busy with a coworker, whether playing or not. For that person just to condemn one parent and not the other, that's wrong. That's dead wrong. At the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And I understand love and I understand commitment. But again, right is right, wrong is wrong. I saw a woman on the news. This was probably, I'm talking about years ago. This could have been late 90s, early singles, But this woman saw her son committing a crime. And she did something that is hard for a parent to do. And she turned her child in. She turned her child in. Again, right is right, wrong is wrong. We need more people to be like that mother was. And I think of the cold cases, amongst our people. Though for one, I believe a lot of these cops don't care about our people. They're not trying to stop crime. A lot of them are not. A lot of them are racist. I said it. But it's like, I know that there's mothers that know that their sons be having guns. I know that there's mothers that overhear their children's, conversations, They be hearing them in the backyard or there's girlfriends that know some things, you know what I mean? Just, and they don't say nothing. Right is right, wrong is wrong. If you really love somebody, you're not just gonna let them do wrong. You know what I mean? Justifying somebody's wrongs isn't love. It's not love. Not calling somebody out on their wrong isn't love. And I'm going to end it right there. This is Holy Warrior Yancey, and this is Holy Warrior Yancey Productions. Take care and God bless.